Are you married to a narcissistic husband, stuck because of finances, children? The hardest relationship in the world is married to a narcissistic husband. You will never be good enough for them. Their abuse causes you to feel like the following. Do you feel as though you lost yourself in a relationship? Have you stopped doing things for yourself? Your dreams and ambition become distant memories? Do you feel like you have shrunk away into oblivion? The narcissist takes center stage. Do you live in fear of saying the wrong thing that may cause them to go off on you? Do you suffer from stress, anxiety, negative thoughts about yourself? Do you feel like you are losing your mind or feeling crazy? Are you depressed, feeling stuck, thinking of suicide? Do you feel like you are married to Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? That's how a narcissist makes you feel. Narcissists notoriously are self-absorbed, and they expect you to be the same, that you give 100% attention to them. They want you to be obsessed over them as much as they do. In the Bible, narcissistic personality is a Jezebel. They are the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. The narcissist will damage you, and they will cause drama and chaos and division because, like the scorpion, that's what they do. It is important to understand the characteristic of a narcissist because this is what makes them so damaging and sneaky. Our world is full of narcissistic people, and they damage their wives by emotionally abusing them, who have a hard time surviving them. Can you relate? Most of us think narcissists are just merely being selfish, but it is much more serious than that. They are sadistic people with a hardness of heart like King Saul in the Bible. Narcissistic people reject God's word about loving others. Narcissistic people reject God's commandments to love others. And 1 Corinthians 13:4 says, love is not rude. It does not insist its own way. It is not easily angered or resentful. It does not punish or seek revenge. A narcissistic person disobeys and rebels against God's word. They even ignore the rules of an organization because the rules and morals do not apply to them. How about 19 traits of a narcissistic person? 1, our narcissistic person is controlling, want their way, their opinions, and their decisions to prevail, and they get angry if you disagree with them. They will pound you verbally until you give up for peace. This is emotional abuse. 2, they will punish you. If you do not agree with them or dare to challenge them, you can expect a narcissistic person to do the following. Punishment, you will pay. Vindictive, they will get revenge. Narcissistic people will punish you to control you. You will pay. Their favorite punishment, when you don't agree or do what they want you to do, is to withdraw from you emotionally. The silent treatment for days, even weeks. They become cold and distant because they know you hate this. They believe you will cave to them. It is a roller coaster of emotions living with a narcissist. They are revengeful. They repeatedly threat, smearing your social reputation, mess up your career and your relationships. They don't like anybody that you hang around with. If a narcissistic person feels you are pulling from them, they will give a little reward from time to time to keep that person hooked, such as a little affection, affirmation, nice through flattery to pull you back. I'm sure when you dated him, He went out of the way to be nice to you. They will compliment you, give you gifts to win you over until you say, I do. When they are nice to you to pull you in emotionally, you think they have changed, and you get your hopes up and you open your heart up again. But it is a psychological game to them. Then wham you. What does the word say about flattery? In Psalm 78, 36, 37, it says, nonetheless, they flattered him with their mouth. They lied unto him with their tongues, for their heart was not right with him. Neither were they steadfast in his covenant. In Psalm 62, 4, they plan to topple me from my high position. They delight in telling lies about me. They praise me in my face, but curse me in their hearts. A narcissist person acts like Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. They act like they have two personalities. One person is pleasant, the other is dangerous. If you are dating a man overly flatters you with a lot of compliments, run from them. Proverbs 7, 21, 23 says, persuade him with persuasive words. With her mouth, with smooth talk, she compelled him. Suddenly, he went after her like an ox and goes to the slaughter like a stag, prancing into the trapper's snare till an arrow pierces his liver like a bird hurrying into the trap. And he does not know that it will cost him his life. 3. Truth enrages him. They refuse any form of accountability or truth. They do not want to hear the truth from you or anyone else, so you walk on eggshells to avoid their anger. 4. Tiptoe around them. If you are married to a narcissist, you will find yourself tiptoeing on eggshells. You never know what will offend them. You never know when Hyde will show up, and the roller coaster starts. 5. They have anger and rage to intimidate you. In the home of a narcissist, there is a lot of anger and rage because a narcissist is so often using anger to manipulate and dominate, to intimidate you to submission. It is the way they punish you. 6. They shift focus. If you have a problem with their attitude, how they treat you, or want them to change, they will shift focus and make you are the problem, whiner that you are, complaining, and you are ungrateful for them, because before you know it, you are defending yourself against being the complainer. Can't do that. 7. A narcissist person lies. They avoid things by lying to you. They will lie to hide things from you. They will lie to control your opinion about someone they do not like. Even if you catch them in lying, they will make the excuses to prove their lies are true. Narcissists are masters at deceit. They lie to charm people. They can be very charming around your friends. They can make you feel special and important to them, but in the fact, they are manipulating you and controlling you. The charm will control you. The charm will only last if you are their puppet. 8. They never admit they're wrong. They will convince you they are innocent. They never admit they're wrong or even apologize, but twist the truth to confuse you and turn it back on you. 9. They will convince you that you don't trust them. Narcissists are cynical and very accusing. 10. They love leadership roles as the stage for attention. Narcissist people love power, praise, and glory. They will do anything to get recognition from others. If you get recognition, they will beat you down. They have to be the king bee. 11. They are masterful actors. Narcissists are actors, and they play different roles for different people. We call these role masks. They try to keep the mask up so you do not see what they are really like. 12. They have affairs. Most narcissists will cheat on anyone they're with, especially when the relationship or marriage is already well established. It is also crucial to understand that being cheated on by a narcissist doesn't mean that you're less intelligent or beautiful. They want you, and they don't care who they hurt to get what they want. 13. Narcissists are classic bullies. They ambush, they attack without cause, they prey on the most vulnerable within their grasp, usually those who love and depend on them, namely their spouse and children, who as a result carry lasting emotional and psychological trauma. 14. Passive aggressiveness is a favorite tool because it looks innocent. This is done with the purpose of manipulating or hurting you. Passive aggressive can be considered a type of covert abuse, particularly if done persistently. The silent treatment is an example of passive aggressive behavior. Making a joke at your expense to another example. 15. Narcissists do not battle honestly. They employ deception and lies to win, making you the problem through deception. 16. Narcissists push buttons. A narcissist person will push your buttons to get you to lose your temper and then point the finger at you that you are the problem around your friends and in the public. 17. They talk about themselves. Narcissists spend most of their conversations talking about themselves, and they expect you to talk about them too. If you talk about yourself, narcissist finds a way to steer the conversation back to them. They might interrupt you with something important about them, stare at you with a glazed expression, clearly not listening, or ridicule you until you stop. 18. They act like victims. One of the most powerful ways they manipulate people is they play the victim card by making people feel sorry for them. Unfortunately, people make excuses for them. A victim is very hard to confront or hold accountable. They get away with horrible things. 19. Narcissist people are never happy, and they don't want you to be happy either. Remember the phrase, misery loves company? Well, with them, it is true. Know anyone who has sneaky anger? They stab you in the back at work. If looks could kill, you'd be dead. You pass in the hallway at work, and they hardly say hello, but they would deny they are angry. It's amazing how angry people deny they are angry. Some narcissists hide their anger. Paul Telsner, a great Christian marriage counselor, said, the angriest people are not yellers. They do not raise their voice. They are soft-spoken. Their anger is sneaky anger. One of Aesop's most famous fables is about the scorpion talking a frog into giving him a ride across the river. The scorpion could not swim, and he begged the frog to let him ride on his back. The frog said, no, I'm afraid you will sting me. The scorpion promised that he would not do that. But when they got close to the other side of the river, the scorpion stung the frog. And the frog said, you promised me. Why did you sting me? The scorpion said, I'm a scorpion. That's what scorpions do. That's exactly what narcissistic people do. So how can you survive a narcissistic husband? 1, set clear boundaries. That means wherever it takes, find the courage to draw boundary lines for their behavior and not allow it. Have topics that you won't talk about. If you do have to spend time, a lot of time, with your narcissistic husband, create a little bit of detox period for yourself because you're going to need it. 2, don't fight back or yell back. A narcissist can rage, yell, threaten you, and be very cruel. You must draw boundary lines because whatever you allow will continue. If that means going to the bedroom, closing the door, leaving the house, going outside, walking, going to the bathroom to escape their rage and yelling, you must tell them you refuse to talk to them when they are raging to control their behavior. They must present that type of behavior. 3, their behavior is not about you. Their problem is serious. They suffered severe rejection and made some bad choices in life to protect themselves. They are full of insecurity and keep you at a distance so that you don't really know them. Their life is about them. Don't take it personally. This means you must not let the drama they create make you back down. Narcissists love to create drama. It is their favorite tactic is yelling, rage, and growing cold to you. They hope you will cave. Peace at all price. Don't cave, but forgive quickly. But you must not be manipulated by it because whatever you allow will continue. Don't give in to have peace. 4, you are never responsible for their happiness. It is a choice. Happy people never put other people in charge of their happiness. When they are not happy, they will blame you. It is a trap. They expect you. They are experts at mind games. Happiness is a choice. If they choose not to be happy, let them be miserable. You can't force a person to be happy, but you can choose not to put them in charge of your happiness. 5, learn not to engage with them. Dial down the type of conversation such as the weather, small talk. Don't talk about your emotional issues with them. They see that you're vulnerable and will chop you into pieces with their words. Don't try to explain to them why you did something or said something. You're never going to win at that game because narcissists argue like lawyers. You can't win, so don't bother. I had a dad who was narcissist, and when he would try to start an argument or accuse me of something, I would simply say, if that's what you want to believe, then believe it. I know what the Lord knows. He knows the truth, and I'm accountable to him. 6, get in a support group, either in person or in line. If you need to get counseling on how to survive a narcissistic personality, do it. This can be on Facebook groups, forums. Have support from friends and family members that can pray for you and lift you up when it gets difficult, because it will. 7, understand that he is irrational. They are very suspicious people and will try to conjure up something like, you have been unfaithful. My favorite line when someone accuses me is say, if you want to believe that, go right ahead. I'm not going to defend myself. They will believe whatever they want. Cut off the conversation. Don't defend yourself. That is caving in with them. 8, maintain realistic expectations. You've got to recognize this is not going to change. This is who they were when you met them, and this is who they are now. So don't have unrealistic hope. One day this is going to get better, because it's not. 9, expect that it will get worse after having children if you're planning. They demand to be the king bee. Children is inconvenient, noisy, messy. Plus, it takes attention off of them dealing with the children's needs. They feel like they must compete for your attention because they want 100% of your attention. Don't take their guilt trips. 10. Don't take their guilt trips. Living with a narcissistic person is not easy. It will be very hard because a narcissist is a pro at making us feel guilty. If we are happy, they are not. Don't take the bait. Be happy even if they refuse to be. Don't fall into that guilt. 11. If they start twisting and yelling, tell them you won't talk as long as they are yelling or threatening. Go for a walk. Get out of the house. Go to the bathroom. Get away. Get your composure back. 12. Learn to forgive the unforgivable. Forgiving the hardest form of loving other people as Jesus had loved us. He said, loving another as I have loved you. Well, that means forgiving the unforgivable as he has forgiven us. Remember, it is not about you. You are dealing with a very sadistic person that has no love in their heart. They have the heart of Saul. So detach, unhook emotionally. If we refuse to forgive, we have fallen into their trap. They want you to be angry and unforgiving. They want drama. Why? Because whoever makes you angry controls you. Forgive and break the chains. That is why the Bible says, don't let the sun go down on your anger. Don't punish yourself for someone else's behavior. 13, finally, here's the big key of protecting yourself. Protect yourself from a narcissist by counting your blessings in the morning and every night. Don't let the narcissist steal your joy and your peace. They are unhappy, and so they don't want you to be happy. You need to be defiant by practicing thankfulness for all your blessings. People who feel blessed are those who count their blessings. It is your best protection against a narcissist. 14, when in public places with friends, always be on guard for them to push your buttons to get you to react in a negative way. They want you to look bad in front of your mutual friends. To wrap it up, a relationship with a narcissist is a roller coaster. You can't change them, but you can get off the roller coaster by counting your blessings. Seriously, your life is bigger than the things they do. Why is your husband a narcissist? The spiritual fruit of a narcissist is the root of rejection, the underlying element of rebellion with bitterness and idolatry are always present in their life. They are deceived so that they cannot see their error. And some narcissist spirit is stronger and more evident. The evil fruit of them is unteachable, deceived, uncorrectable, stubborn, self-will, self-worship, envious, covetous, talebearers, gossipers, selfish, and full of bitterness. After living with a narcissist, still married or divorced, you feel hurt. You have a broken heart. You've walked on eggs, dealing with anxiety. You might be dealing with stress, maybe feeling depressed. How about feelings of guilt and shame? Maybe you feel defiled. Do you have a lot of negative thoughts driving anxiety? You may want to hear the next part. So let me ask you for a question. Are you looking for help? Do you feel hurt, broken, depressed, overwhelmed, feel shame, overthink, anxiety, negative thoughts? Are you looking for help? Because I can help you. Listen to the following message. So Biblical Mind Management Transformational Coaching System. It's a 90-day program. If those that want to go deeper, it's either through coaching experience or one-on-one. It's helping Christian women. Now on the men, it's just one-on-one. Right now, it's just a group. Eventually, I'll do the men. Crippling cycles of negative thoughts, self-talk that drive anxiety, stress, worry, depression, diseases, and it causes to get disease, mentally or physically. Identify those core beliefs that block your success and step into God's dreams and desires through the 5-step process. Increase the lifespan. This is the benefit of your health. Sleep better, less fatigue, exhaustion. Any of those? I used to be an insomniac. I sometimes go days without sleeping and be driving home thinking, keep the eyes open. Better cardiovascular health, reduced risk of death, healing your body, stronger immune system to fight diseases off, less headaches and migraines from stress, less digestive issues, less joint pain, emotional, increased feelings of happiness and joy, positive mood of thinking, higher self-confidence, increased feeling of success, higher increased feeling of self-worth, love yourself more, self-care, have self-compassion over yourself, learning to, not beat yourself with that self-critical voice when things go wrong or somebody was unhappy and then you beat yourself up. Wow, chew yourself up, less joint pain, mental, calm, quiet mind, contentment, and enjoy life again. Not comparing yourself to everyone else, being content who you are. So that's what envy and jealousy is a spirit that gets your eyes off of God onto everybody else. Why are they being blessed? I remember I used to think I was a cursed person. I mean, nothing ever went well until I dealt with the Lord wanted me to deal with, and then the blessings came. Increased mental focus, more productivity, feel more energetic and alive again, positive mood and thinking, trusting yourself to make a better decision without overthinking, lower depression and distress, handling any situation that comes your way, being able to go. People go all the time. I get as time goes on. I've had a lot of practice. My dad's already passed on, but I had a lot of practice with him. I'm like, Lord, I'm glad you put me in that training ground. I really was glad and happy about it. Benefits of anxiety, social, meet new people, not without fear, strengthen relationships you already have, enjoy being with others, not having the fear of saying no to others, those that have a hard time, build new relationships without the fear, no more people pleasing, getting acceptance from others, but knowing who you really are. You know who you are, and you don't have to prove yourself to anybody anymore because it's already done. What Jesus done to it for us is a done package deal. We just haven't realized it because we listen to these lies between our ears. That's where the battlefield is. Build social skills. Spiritual, trust God in all circumstances. Know God loves you just the way you are. You might still be sinner. We're all sinners. The word of God says anybody that says they're without sin, there is a liar. We're all sinners. We all fall short, but we're righteous unto him. Righteous doesn't mean you're not without sin. You're righteous because you love God. You're his. You're righteous. Royalty. He accepts us right where we're at. He works with us. He hates sin, but he works with us to overcome. No more fear of judgment from others. How many worry about the judgments of others? No more gratitude more gratitude and gratefulness in your life. I just get up and say, thank you, Jesus. I made it through the night. I'm breathing. I'm still breathing. This littlest things, I just thank him. And if things are getting tough, for me, I'm a nature person. Get me out in my garden or go walk out in the forest or park, and I can reflect back on God and go, I can breathe. It helps. Just doing something different. His presence brings abundant life and overflow over your life. Trust God to overcome those difficulties with the faith that he is. I love Hebrews 1:11. Faith is the substance of things we can't see. And the way I look at it, we can't see him moving, but he's behind the other side working for our behalf and working it out when we put our trust in him. And trust activates him. Another testimony. I'll no longer have self-doubt myself, but have the confidence in decision-making to flourish at work and home. I know that God is my solution after I learn how to discern my thoughts through the proven step process, along with a lot of healing and care. And that's what I do. I try to take time to make sure my people get care. I no longer feel, another one from Charlotte Gomez, no longer feel I need always to be doing something for other people and neglect my own needs. How many of us neglect ourselves? We're so busy taking care of everybody else. I learned to love myself as God loves me. He wants us to rest. Teresa showed me God's truth and ministered the hurt I have. I no longer struggle with the guilt that I used to have. So ministry at the end, I will if you stay, do ministerial prayers over you, break those word curses, the people who've spoken over you, those that want to stay. To fulfill the promise, remember at the beginning, I promised that before we conclude our webinar today, I'd share what you can do if you want to learn more and dig deeper. For those that want to, whenever I do a live training like this, people always want to know how they can work with me to overcome the anxious, negative thoughts, to enter into God's peace, joy, calm mind, and gain that confidence that you need. Not be insecure or full of fear, but just knowing you can do all things through Christ and not worry what other people think. We get so hung up on people trying to perform. I remember one time I was at work when I was learning this a long time ago, and I spilled my lettuce. My phone was ringing. I come back, and these girls come up. I just started this job. Are you a slob at home? I just looked at them and said, what if I am? What is it to you? It kind of stopped them. They're kind of like, huh. I didn't know what to say after that. They turned around and walked away. Because it's like, who cares what people think? I want God to care what I want his approval. And he does approve of me. I can just live at peace with him. Do I always do? No. But I can catch myself because I'm a fallen person too. But I have the righteousness of Christ. The enemy he hasn't stopped messing with my mind either. And sometimes I don't even realize I've been thinking about a thought and I go, gosh, how long have I been thinking about this? But I know what to do with it. Okay. I just recognize it. Go away. I'm casting you down. I'm not going to agree with you. Now, some thoughts, we have to go back to like where it came in. Did you get hurt growing up, or was there a lie that came in, a false belief or something? So the results is that my process is that to get the results you want as fast as possible. Then I invite you to book a free one-on-one anxious victorious breakthrough session with me if you'd like. If you want to go deeper and get the freedom that you want, learn to overcome the rejection, the guilt or the shame that you feel. During the breakthrough session, I'm going to help you identify areas that are keeping you stuck or sick. Discuss the foolproof strategy used to get your life back. Help identify those triggers and toxins that threaten mental and physical health. Eliminate that number one thing that holds you back. Create a step-by-step action plan for achieving confidence and peace. Then walk away energized, excited, ready to create breakthrough in every area of your life. So through the process, I'm checking to see when we do the strategy calls, if you're a good fit for it. You get lifetime access to 18 videos. You get a bonus book, neuroplasticity exercises, a journal, which you get the day, weekly group meetings, one-on-one personal ministry session one time. Sometimes I throw in two. You're going to understand the brain neuroscience, which you learned today, but how your brain is thinking and the loops that you're having. We're going to identify them. Experience the peace. The process is to get you into a place where you can live life fully into him. So I have a program that I throw in that one-on-one personal ministry session. Not only that, lifetime access to private Facebook groups, access to the community room, free for 90 days, $35 per month, where I continuously put videos. You can right on there. It sends me an email if you need prayer. So that way you're never alone. We stay connected with each other. And you can stay with it as long as you want. You don't have to walk alone. I'll fight for your life if you do your part. It means the homework. There is homework in it. You walk away with proven neuroscience tools, powerful biblical truths, practical plans to stop the overthinking, the worry, the procrastination, self-critical voice, knowing that you are truly loved by God, that you are his child. So that way you become more energetic, not so fatigued. You know, we're under stress, long-term stress. Our body starts breaking down. We're fatigued all the time. We're tired. It's like, oh, I can't do another thing. I mean, you'll be able to know who you are, have the quality of life you want, have the increased feeling of self-worth and confidence in your life, knowing you can tackle anything that comes your way and not beating yourself down. Glenda had a colorful past of sin, lots of regrets. She worried what people would find out and judge her and reject her. I mean, she lived in terror, afraid to make friends. She would reject people before they would reject her. She was afraid of relationships. She lived in what if and should haves. She never had peace with herself or God or others. Through my program, she learned to forgive herself, receive the Lord's love, and not care what other people think. Now she has a relationship with and peace with herself and God, joy with the Lord, and she looks at her past as a testimony, help others. And that's the best one, is to be able to help others. Because nothing is wasted by God. We all have pasts. We all have things we've gone through. But he uses everything. Nothing is wasted by God. That means you have more understanding for that person. All right, got you on here. Anyway, I think she's on here tonight. I just want to say thank you is what she says. For face to face with you, I'll give you a big hug. God has healed me, set me free, changed so much in me in the last few months. I've been with your ministry. My past memories no longer hurt. I no longer hear the little girl's voice or baby crying. I am no longer struggling with those thoughts. Most of all, I am now able to trust God. At least I'm learning and I'm growing in that. No longer feeling like garbage because I know God loves me just the way I am. Get results. Wouldn't you like to get the results like those who went through my program? It does take 60 to 70 days to get rid of unwind neuro thought patterns. When we replace the lie and believe God's truth, they do die off or they shrink up. So the biblical mind transformation equips Christians with the skills to learn how to identify, control, and eliminate 5 primary negative thoughts. So if you're interested in doing a strategy call to see if you're a good fit, if you're interested in doing the program, you can. Then you'll get an email to set up a strategy call. And so that's the end of it. So what I want to do is pray for everybody, and because that's just my heart. And so, Father God, I just invite your Holy Spirit. I thank you, Lord God, that you love your people. And I pray today they got some truths today to start walking into the purposes of God, stepping into their identity, knowing they don't have to prove themselves. They don't have to be driven. They can rest. They can do things, and knowing that they don't have to have fear of stepping out and the things God tells them to do, because he whispers in our ears. So Father God, I thank you. We invite your Holy Spirit. You're the deliverer. You're the healer. I'm not. I have authority to speak it. So we call in the Holy Spirit now. I call in the help of the Lord. I call in for the manifestation of the Lord Jesus Christ to touch everybody's life today, in the name of Jesus. So Father God, I thank you for all these women today. And any of those that have had negative words that were spoken over you, evil words that broke your heart, that hurt you like a dagger that went in your heart and turned, been betrayed by others. Father God, I just break the power of the enemy and the effects of it. I pull those words down. Anybody that said that you were not good enough, you'll never marry, or this or that, or that you're lazy, or this, that you feel like you were cursed. Father God, I pull those words down from the second heaven. I make them all null and void and canceled out and destroy those words. I throw them at my feet and I trample on them like scorpions and snakes. And Father God, I command every demonic spirit attached to those words that torment you, when you're triggered in a certain way or reminded of it, I cast it to the feet of Jesus, because that's not what God's word says about you. I break the power. I break the effects of those words. And Lord God, even the lies of the enemy that he might have lied to you, says that, oh, your sin's too great. God will never love you. Father God, I break the power of what the enemy has spoken to you, saying you're no good, or that tries to get you to replay the regrets, living in the land of regrets, living in the land of the past and pains. Father God, your word says in Luke 4:18, you came to heal the brokenhearted. So Father God, I pray that healing over their hearts, healing over their minds. Father God, break the power of the snares of the enemy. I break the strongholds of thinking wrong, negative thinking over themselves. Father God, we just break the power of it. I call forth the Spirit, Lord, to come and pour out your Spirit over each and every one. I ask that you open the heavens, pour out your Spirit now, cleanse them, wash them, restore them, and fill them. Remove those words out of them. I cast them to the feet of Jesus. And Father God, I ask that you infill them with your Spirit, infill them with your love. Holy Spirit, come and fill them. Let the presence of God be known. And we pull that dagger out of their hearts. I throw it to the feet of Jesus. I pray for healing over their broken hearts, the balm of Gilead. Holy Spirit, touch them and heal those broken hearts. Father God, where their hearts have been shattered in a million pieces in life, any of those that have gone through bad abuse, I call, Father God, you pull their hearts back together. Any soul ties of the past, emotional soul ties. Maybe you were caught up with a Jezebel that controlled your life. Father God, I break all soul ties, emotional soul ties. I take the sword of the Spirit and I cut the soul ties off of them that hold them into prison in their mind, of people in their past. I break the soul ties, emotional, spiritual, physical soul ties. We just cut it off and we break it. But I call forth the Spirit, Lord, to heal their hearts, take their pain. Holy Spirit, touch their hearts, heal their wounds, heal those deep, deep wounds, and break those cycling thoughts, Lord God, those thoughts that trash themselves. Lord God, we just need to recognize them and cast them down. Lord God, that's not what you are. Your word says that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, but man or people or the devil had made them believe otherwise. And I break the power of those stingy words that told them otherwise. And I release that they are truly fearfully and wonderfully made. They're not a mistake to be alive. Maybe they weren't expected and they were an inconvenience, but you are not an inconvenience to God. He knows every hair on your head. He loves you with an everlasting love, that he's stuck looking at you, not stuck, but his gaze is on you with delight. He finds delight in you. You are a delight to the Lord, each and every one of you. Even when we're not our best, we are still a delight. Just like when we've had children and our children are bad, and sometimes they do funny things and we have to turn our back because we've got to discipline them, but we're laughing because they do such funny things. Well, that's how the Lord looks at us. He goes, there goes my daughter again. How much he loves you. And he goes, I'm for her and not against her. He works for you. You know, he hates sin. He works for you, not against you. He's in partnership with you. So, Father God, I pray for a reality of healing. So I call forth the Spirit of the Lord, the river of God from the throne room of God in Revelation 20 to come down, wash them, wash all that residue, wash all those words off them, wash it away, cleanse them. Anything the regrets of the past, Father God, wash all that regrets away. Let them forgive themselves. All you have to say, Father God, I rip up the notes against me that I've held myself prisoner to. Just rip it up. Just tear it up. Tear up all those self-accusations and all those things that you feel like you're not good enough about, because that's all life in the pit of hell. So, Father God, I pray you wash away. You've already forgiven them. And I know they've already taken it to you. So, Lord God, I just ask you that you just help them to forgive themselves and stop replaying the past, the regrets, the what ifs and the should haves, and all the things that hold them stuck in the past, in the land of the garbage, because Satan is the king of the past. God is the king of the moment, today and tomorrow. He's already redeemed you of your past. It's all in the blood. So keep it on the cross. He is for you, not against you. He could have destroyed Adam and Eve, but he chose not to. Instead, he was with them all the way. He never abandoned them. So, Father God, we thank you. We thank you what Jesus did on the cross that ripped the veil so that we can have relationships with God through Jesus. We thank you, Lord God, that you are truly the healer of broken hearts. And I just pray for the healing power of God to release healing from the pain. I call up the spirit of pain. Anybody that feels pain in their hearts. Father God, I speak to the pain in their hearts. I said, pain, get out of them. You spirit of pain, of tormenting pain that keeps that lodge in their heart and even all the way down the gut. Get out of them. I cast those spirits out. All that pain, loose them now. We break the power of pain. I said, get out of them now in the name of Jesus. We cast it at the feet of Jesus.